A deadly chain reaction crash closing northbound I-15 for hours here in Box Elder County. I'm Sheriff Park live at the scene to tell you what exactly happened.
Several Utah ski resorts set new records for all-time snowfall. Straight ahead, I'll tell you what other milestone Alta is going.
High school spring sports being delayed and canceled thanks to all this snow. I'll show you what some teams are doing to get by in the meantime.
As the snow continues to fall, avalanche danger continues to rise. What experts want you to know before you go.
KSL Live at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Northbound I-15 shut down right now in Box Elder County after a deadly chain reaction crash several hours ago.
News specialist Shara Park joins us live from the scene. So, Shara, what happened here?
Yeah, Mike and Ashley, this was a very chaotic situation here in Box Elder County today. I'm going to step aside. As you can see, we are still in the cleanup phases of this crash. We had 5 vehicles involved, including 3 big semi-trucks and witnesses who jumped out trying to help those who were injured. Ultimately, though, we had 3 people that were killed as a result of this crash. So let's back up. Let me tell you what happened. It was around noon when traffic began to slow for northbound I-15 in the Willard area because of a semi-crash further north that troopers were clearing. As the traffic slowed, another semi coming over the hill just past exit 351 in Willard slammed into a red Ford passenger car, sending it crashing into a small van. The semi then rear-ended a second semi-truck and then crashed into a third semi-truck.
Very violent. Anytime you get a semi that's loaded down at higher speeds, freeway speeds, it's going to be a violent crash.
UHP says other drivers jumped out of their vehicles. They tried to help those who were injured. Sadly, 3 people died, as I mentioned. The driver of the semi who caused the chain reaction crash, and then the 2 people who were inside the red Ford passenger vehicle it initially hit. Now, UHP says weather was not a factor in this crash. This happened after the storm passed this morning. They're now investigating why the semi driver didn't slow down coming over the hill. And they tell me at this point there's no signs of braking from that truck, but they're going to be working with others, the trucking companies, to get the video to try to figure out what exactly happened here and caused that. We do want to tell you northbound I-15, as you mentioned, Mike and Ashley, it has been closed since noon, about noon today, but we're told that it is expected to reopen here fairly shortly, just as soon as they can get these other trucks up onto the wreckers and out of this area. So as soon as that happens, we will let you know. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Sheriff Park live tonight. Sheriff, thank you. Happening right now. UDOT reporting both directions.
They're coping. Plus,
Very violent. Anytime you get a semi that's loaded down at higher speeds, freeway speeds, it's going to be a violent crash.
Another deadly crash on Utah's roads, the moment that set off the chain of events. Then,
it's sad to watch them and their demeanor.
Since midnight.
one of today's crashes killed 3 people and shut down I-15 for hours in Box Elder County. I-15 just reopened moments ago.
News specialist Shara Park has been at the scene all afternoon long, and Shara, troopers are calling this a violent chain reaction crash.
Yeah, Mike and Deanie, it was a very violent crash, especially being here on scene, seeing the wreckage and what played out. We had multiple vehicles involved, including 3 semis. One of those semis, the one right behind me here over my shoulder, that semi was the semi that initially caused all of this. Now, let me back you up throughout the afternoon. This all began to unfold around noon. Troopers were clearing a semi crash actually further north on I-15 in Box Elder County, causing northbound traffic to slow. Now, as that was happening, another semi coming north came over the hill just past exit 351, slamming into a red Ford passenger car at freeway speeds, sending it into a small Sprinter type van. Now, that semi then rear-ended a second semi before crashing into a third semi.
A lot of people were stopped out of their cars trying to help. Unfortunately, some were beyond help.
Now, UHP says the driver of the semi that caused the chain reaction crash died on scene. 2 other people in the red Ford passenger car also died. In the preliminary investigation, UHP says it doesn't appear that the semi did a lot of braking before hitting the Ford, but the crash is still under investigation.
There's a lot of dash cam footage that we're trying to get from the semi companies that can confirm how this all went down.
Now, this crash shut down northbound I-15, causing miles and miles of backup. Traffic was eventually diverted onto Highway 89 through Willard. But for anyone traveling north today, it caused significant delays. Now, UHP says that weather was not a factor in this chain reaction crash. They say that this happened after the storm. So again, they're still trying to figure out why the semi driver didn't see what was happening up ahead and didn't brake before reaching the vehicles. UHP is pleading with all drivers tonight to please pay attention and slow down. Deanie and Mike.
Yeah, you look at those photos and it becomes all the more important to do that. Thanks, Shara. We'll take a look at these photos shared by